That baby goes red. This Paul Weller is getting me in a very chill mood.
Is it?
You guys can't hear it.
Yeah, can you describe it to us?
There's like a polite organ.
Okay, cool. That's great. I really enjoyed that description.
I feel like we could have some tea. It's very British. Well, let's get you up. You got to get closer, like you're about to you're right next to a robot penis for a microphone.
How's this?
That's good.
Yeah.
That sounds good. I'll decrease this volume a little bit.
Okay, cool.
You can't.
We don't know. I feel naked right now. I don't like not having headphones. I don't have a mic stand.
So
I'm all flustered.
To everybody, we're upgrading a lot of stuff. We have a new studio in the works, and this is our skeleton equipment. So it's a little, if you hear some pops, you hear some whatnots. I'm hearing some sweet Paul Weller. What are you hearing? Nothing?
Nothing. It's silence.
You'll nice top it off with a hottie toddy.
Yeah.
Ruin my day.
Can you sing? No.
Simon, have you listened to the show before?
No.
That's fine.
I have not.
Don't be embarrassed. You didn't look like you were, but don't worry about it. Because I always start the show with my call-in, which is the hottie toddy. And we got directed by John Paul today.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome
John Paul's
back.
over there. I forgot to mention, and he said specifically for me to say, hey, don't forget I'm behind the camera.
If you...
He did. He whispered it, too, because he was embarrassed.
And if you want to know who that is, you can go back to the episode, 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago?
Something like that.
About how to get over mental hurdles. Let's get the show going. Toddy. God almighty. This is a Sweat Equity podcast streaming show. Our guest, Simon. How do I say your last name?
Amesbury.
Amesbury.
Very English name.
I saw your name in the email, and I was like, ooh, that's a very British name.
It is. It's a British town.
I was doing my British voices all the way here, just playing around, and turns out you're British. I had no idea. The most British name ever, Simon Amesbury.
Yeah, we got up a couple weeks ago, and we were talking about, I think what you're doing with home building is interesting. I feel like there's a lot of knowledge out there a lot of people don't understand. I guess kind of explain who you're with, what you're doing, plug anything, websites, social media, any of that.
So I started with a company called Alair Homes about 5 months ago, and this is a new office in Tampa for us.
Yeah.
We've got about 105 offices across North America, and we are in the residential and commercial construction. Personally, I'm just in the residential sphere, so I'm doing custom homes and remodeling. So we're not in the production home business. We're just in custom. So we build exactly what the client wants. And it's vital, therefore, that we know what the client wants and that we get on with the client really well. So we're very relationship driven. We have client control processes that are very transparent, that are trademarked, so no one else can or uses them.
Mm-hmm.
And we hope that living better starts here is our motto. And we hope that we can make residential construction a fun process again.
What do y'all see, I guess, as a company, a bit of a disruptor of sorts for the home build? It doesn't. We kind of talked about it, previously. We kind of talked about it doesn't have to be as shitty of a process as it is.
Yeah, it's
it seems
broken
like y'all,
process.
What I think was interesting for you to come on was y'all have a different kind of outlook. I feel like a lot of builders don't in the commercial residential area.
Yeah. So put yourself in a client's shoes. Most of our clients, when they come to us, there's a ton of uncertainty.
Yeah.
Right? It can be a very stressful process to start. It's obviously it's a huge investment for most of our clients. Most of our clients won't spend more than they do on their custom home. And residential construction has got a bad name because it's a broken process, and it has been for a number of years. So the typical way that clients and contractors would interact is the contractors will give them a quote based on hopefully just drawings or hopefully a little bit more, but most of the time it's just drawings.
Yep.
And that's only a little bit of information. So contractors then put in allowances, and then the client chooses the lowest price, typically the lowest price one, and they get into this adversarial relationship almost off the bat, because now the contractor's got to find his margins. He's won the project on the back of a really low margin on a low price.
How can I
on
get
no
that Chinese
information.
drywall, get that profit
Yeah.
margin
Right,
up?
exactly. And it's not just the contractor's fault. It's both sides of the fence, to be honest. If you pay for what you get. So
Sure.
if you're looking to get a really cheap job, it's usually someone cheap who's going to do it. So it's about trying to correct that process.
We have beer in here. We've got some booze right here if you
get
need some
of this
too.
Spiced rum over here.
Yeah.
It's about trying to correct that process. So with this client control exercise, if you like, that Alair has come up with, we're able to take the client from that uncertainty and give them certainty before they enter into a construction contract.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, go ahead.
Well, when you say customized, how customized are we talking? I'm just curious in terms of how far are you getting down into the customizations and kind of.
We going Mike Tyson crazy?
Yeah, how does it? Do you guys assign a person for each home? Do you have?
Yes.
Okay, so
Did y'all do the board game house? Have you seen that in Florida?
No.
Every room's a different board game.
No, what are you
Okay,
talking?
no, never mind.
Yeah, moving on.
Yeah.
I think I saw that on like BuzzFeed or something. I was like, cool.
What? It's a board game.
Every room's themed like a board game.
What, painted?
Hey, interior design is a big deal, right? You gotta, it's gotta mesh with the actual design, the hard design of the room.
But this man is a home builder.
I know.
All right, you're talking about paint.
I
man.
wanted to talk about a little
Talking
fluff.
about
I
paint.
wanted to fluff it up a little bit.
There's always a little bit of fluff in a house.
Anyways.
Yeah.
So
A lot of
I'm
People
curious
call
about
me
that.
a great fluffer. Okay.
Right, we know. How do you think we get excited for the hottie toddy?
Yeah.
So yeah, the customization. I'm just curious how it all works. How you guys are a little bit different in that way.
So a lot of contractors that you might know out there are, a lot of them are known as production builders. So they will buy a piece of land, they will have, say, 5 plans, and they will market that out to people to come and purchase, and they'll be purchasing the finished product. Okay, that is not really customized homes. That is a production. It's already there, written down on a bit of paper, right? And it's already decided for the client as to what they're going to get, unless they upgrade.
Right, basically mass produced, but
It's
on
more
a
of the
singular
mass
level.
produce, yeah,
It's a
production
Chipotle
line,
burrito.
and that's why it's production homes, production line
Right.
construction, right? So for Alair Homes, what we're interested in is creating unique construction projects. So a lot of clients come to us with land already purchased. Some of them haven't even got the land purchased. Some of them haven't approached an architect or an interior designer or anything. So they are really looking for us to be a trusted advisor and to lead them through the pre-construction stages initially. And the challenge for them is to visualize what they're going to get and relate that to what it takes to go through that process, or what it takes to go through construction to give them it.
So do you have like a stable of architects that you say, hey, this is his style. You want to talk to this guy or girl?
Absolutely,
sort of
yeah.
thing?
Every architect's got their unique style, so we'll listen to the client first, find out what styles they like, and then hopefully introduce them to an architect that suits, that we think they can get on with. They've got similar characteristics, they've got similar likes, dislikes, that sort of thing. But we're never going to suggest one, because the client wants more than one to talk to. They want a feel for what the options are out there. They want choices. That's and leading back to the client control system. It's all about their choices.
Right. Yeah. That sounds awesome. I mean, to be able to not have to choose from the same house your neighbor's going to have.
Yep.
Because they're all, you go into these neighborhoods, it's like 4 different houses with different paint jobs, and they're flipped around.
Yeah. I mean, Florida's full of it.
Right.
Yeah.
The Edward Scissorhands neighborhood is
Which I didn't know.
somewhere around here. I can't remember where. I think North Tampa or Lutz, not too far away
I think
from
it's
here.
like Pasco County somewhere.
Yeah.
We went over it once.
Oh, we have?
Yeah. Yes.
Well, you
So
know.
you can go online and you can pick a floor plan out, a style of home, and so on. But where's the fun in that?
Right. That's cool.
Yeah, I think the way y'all approach it is kind of like the cool guy at the bar. It's not like, hey, we got to get you in. I'm not going to name any local stuff because we have a lot of listeners outside of the area, but Tampa's a good index of the country. So as far as like demographics breakdown, and I think we're the index city of the country. Like we represent the exact population around the country. I think it's good to talk. I always talk local, and we can, but I always want to make sure we're broadening it out for people listening that or elsewhere, because we do have some listeners, not quite Vancouver yet. We're gonna get there. I want to get some Vancouver listeners, so we have a reason to do a live show or something.
We got a lot of good offices in Vancouver.
Go Grizzlies.
Yeah.
There's a blast from the past. Yeah.
Like a little pop.
Actually, the only basketball game I've been to was the Grizzlies in Vancouver.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Back in who they have? Big Country Reeves back then.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember.
He lasted like a year.
Big Country was
he had a heart attack on the court. I'm pretty sure.
That's where I was gonna go. But I would say I've got some pop going on. Is that picking up over there? Can you see it hitting red, Jamal, on the audio? Maybe it's just me being anal.
There you go.
Hold on.
Strip down.
Hold on.
Strip it down.
All right, let's see if that did it. So pricing, I got a couple things from what you said in the beginning, off the top of the show. The scariest part is the unknown, right? That's fear. That's what we're all kind of scared of, right? Fear. I already muted that. Don't worry about it.
Okay, sorry. Behind the scenes.
It's okay. People want to hear what's going on. I would say the fear of unknown, right? That's what's scary.
Yeah.
When I was in fraternity, you had Hell Week. They didn't tell you anything. That's scarier than if they go, here's what we're going to do to you. If buying a home, it's scary because you don't have a lot of knowledge. There's so many different parts of that supply chain that's involved. You touched on a little bit of that. B, you never want to get ripped off. You never want to get suckered by a huckster, especially in Florida.
Don't get me started on my AC guy.
No, go for it.
I don't. Oh well.
Rant.
No,
baby.
I just got no.
Because pricing's the hardest thing in business, I think.
Oh well, I'm in the process of getting a new AC guy because I hired the wrong company, bought a new machine from them like 5 years ago, have literally every time they come out for their quote unquote maintenance plan had to spend $1,000 on, and it's 6 years old, whatever it is, and I'm almost doubled on the and now I don't even care. Now I just want to have to.
It might be your mic.
Get somebody else
to
do it. I'm not giving these people another dime, and I'll wait to name names, but. Yeah, no, I mean, it sucks because, I went on the reviews, checked the reviews, didn't check them enough because all their reviews were 5 stars. The only review they got that person made was for this company, And that's
just maintenance.
Yeah.
So then you think about
I know.
what goes into installing that system to start with and how you price that out.
Right.
It's not just a finger in the air process. So, and we don't make the prices up. We don't make the costs up. They're out there in the marketplace.
Right. It's
labor, materials, plant, and then overheads and et cetera, insurances and all those sorts of things that go into it. So we're very much a construction management model in that we will go out and we will find the best people for the project. Now, that might not be the cheapest one. In fact, most often
rarely
it's not
is
the cheapest one.
Yeah.
It's finding those reliable sources. It's reliable suppliers. And subcontractors. When you do a schedule of a construction project, there's always a critical path. And if something's on that critical path, those are the things that you do not want to be changing. Right? If you can help it. Things change.
There's a lot of we talk a lot about if this then that kind of stuff when you're doing projects.
Yep.
And we get caught up sometimes. We try to explain to clients. There's a lot of similarities in our businesses. Yours has empirical evidence of how much stuff should cost. Ours is kind of it's still kind of in the ether,
in the air,
right?
Still.
Yeah, how much should this labor cost? Because it's wildly. You can get someone in the Philippines to do it for $4, but that project management skill, just like getting illegal guys to do home building work. I mean, that's.
Well,
I'm not pointing at you.
They can be unlicensed or licensed, and there's a big difference.
Sure.
Oh yeah, that's big. But a lot of people don't know that a lot of labor rates for various industries are standardized lots of times where it's like this is a standard labor rate for this job, like they rate it out in hours. I mean, I'm just going by like auto maintenance sort of stuff.
Well,
where they
picking up a guy at Home Depot, I heard someone did a test where they were like, "What do you think the rate would be in LA?" And it was like, everyone's like, "I don't know, $8." I'm like, no.
75 an hour.
No. But I mean, if you have skilled guys, right?
Yeah.
But if you're picking up illegal guys at Home Depot in LA, it was like 15 to 20 an hour. And some people were like, "What? Really? You can't get them for $5?" It's like, no, that's the market. The market demands the price.
They got to eat. They got to live.
Right, and you're doing it under, you're doing it under the table. So there's, you're saving so much money, but
there's risk.
Yeah.
There's risk.
Also,
most of our clients
no.
much risk. And
Yeah.
Not about that. So
hold on one second. I don't know if this is mine. Let's go with yours. Yeah. Is it popping real bad?
Popping?
I think it's coming from his. Yeah, there it is. It's his cord.
Oh.
So hold on to that with your left hand, and we'll see.
Here,
if that
I'll
works.
just.
Oh my God! It sounds like we're in a boat.
How much longer do we have?
It sounds like we're in a sailboat.
How's that?
Oh,
Yeah.
Riveting podcast stuff
This
here.
is how we do it. Professional.
Holy shit. Yeah, do it. Take your shirt off.
Hey, can you go on the YouTube feed?
Bring us back.
and see what it sounds like, please? Thank you.
Do you want to continue?
Yeah.
Just keep going.
Oh yeah. We're not gonna even edit that out.
No, we leave it all in.
Yeah.
Time to edit.
Yeah.
So,
Warts
so
and
going
all,
back
man.
to the construction process, right? You've got all these unknowns, you've got all these risks, and most of the time, most of the contractors I come across, they won't even consider them at the early stages, and that creates uncertainty, it creates even more risk for a client. So what we're trying to do is just implement a pre-construction stage that enables us to give the client certainty, and it gives them peace of mind, and therefore they're more willing to go into the construction process.
Yeah, I like that idea of an individual being assigned to whatever client that they establish a relationship, I'm assuming, you know, and you can gain some trust with this one individual. They're your go-to. I'm assuming they don't.
It's the project manager.
Yeah, they're
managers.
talking to the contractors and all that stuff for you because, I mean, when you're building a house, you're dealing with each contractor yourself. So that's awesome, being able to go to one person for that.
Yeah,
and single
and
point of contact.
people listening, if you want to get like a basics of project management, because you want to know what's going on, right? And you want to see how it's structured. A Gantt chart named after Samantha Gantt in the room right now. Not really, but it's like 100-year-old thing. It's a project management operations thing. I didn't know what it was called maybe 5 years ago. Someone showed it to me, and I go, oh, that thing of like a spreadsheet of here are the dates, here's what we're working on, and if you're good at it, you'll have kind of arrows pointing to like, all right, this has to happen before this happens, kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And a Gantt chart is one of the most, if not the most important tool for a project manager to manage his project and his trades and his suppliers and so on. And those things should be updated daily. So you'll see that on our systems with the client. The client can log onto our system and see that Gantt chart being
that's cool.
updated and progress as we're going along on that.
We've been trying to work on that with our system, Reich, and by work on it, I mean we're going to get to it one day.
You mean just talk about it on the podcast and then never follow up on it ever?
We'll get to it. We have more important things to do, like this podcast.
Yeah, and the new studio.
It's tough to sit.
Cool.
It's tough to sit down after a really long day and go, I'm going to really focus on this Gantt chart project management app. Yeah, Samantha Gantt chart. You didn't hear the shout out earlier?
She just heard.
She's off camera, off mic too. I'd say, that kind of stuff. If you can follow a Gantt chart, you can it helps you with so many other projects. I feel like home building, from what I understand, it's problem solving in a way that's applicable for almost anything. Because if you can figure out because humans are the hardest part, right? The humans just scrambling around. Then you got weather sometimes that'll delay you. Then you got the city city or state, depending on where you're at.
Kicking your door down.
Well, I mean, like
the drugs.
So I won't go on my hour rant about the appraiser we had, but I mentioned it in the last episode, and then we were trying to buy a new house that was being built. I was telling you about it. I think 3 or 4 weeks ago. The appraiser not only didn't do the right comps they're supposed to do, but they did. They're 53 feet off, and it was a rectangle to measure. Measured with a measuring tape, not a laser. And we couldn't to properly get to that person. We had to go through 4 different intermediaries to go, hey, this is going to screw up our loan. It's a $14,000 difference, which means it's not covered by the loan that we're getting. They're only covering the appraisal of the house. So they're like, cool, you gotta just pay that $14,000.
Not to mention that it's an odd number, so the number intrinsically doesn't make sense. Like, how did that not get caught?
Huge knock-on effect.
This is important because they round down or up to the nearest foot, which is insane to me, right? So we had 2 porches. Think of one big box, 2 porches, right? Front porch, back porch. Okay. One was like 9 feet by 9 and 5 inches.
You can just make the numbers up, If you
I am 9 and 5 inches. So that would go down to 9, and then the other one was like 10 and 6 inches, which goes down to 10, right? So you round it down
to the nearest foot.
To the nearest foot. And I asked the city. I called the city. I went crazy. I stayed up all night learning about appraisals and like how lazy these people are, and
get me the mayor.
Reading Reddit AMAs of like, ask me anything. I'm an appraiser. And it's like, why do you guys suck so bad? It's like, well, they since the crash of 07, 08. I guess appraisers used to get influenced a bunch. They used to be able to kind of wink, nod, hit them with a little extra cheddar.
Did you try that?
No, you can't. You can't. We called them because their info was on the appraisal. Because we're like, okay, it says if you have any problems, call. And I guess that's not directed towards us. Because we called the next day, we're like, what the fuck?
That's for the mailman.
And if you did the geometry correctly, right? If you measured it to what the architect had, the house would be 1,700 feet, and she had it like 1617. So we had it listed at 1670, right? That's the 53-foot difference. But if you did this rounding method and you did it correctly, and you did it by taking the whole rectangle of the house and deleting the porches instead of doing the middle box, adding the top box, the bottom box, that makes a difference too, because it depends how you go about the geometry of it.
So what was the difference on the appraisal?
53 feet, so $14,000
in terms of value.
14 G's.
14 G's was it?
Which we made a deal with the builder that they were trying to sell the same house elsewhere, same model home, but they needed to sell it at this price. So he was eating a bunch of costs. We had a good deal worked out, and then just we ran out of time. Our house sold, so it was a contingent. So Friday morning a.m. ours was done, and not ours anymore. And then Friday p.m. we were supposed to be done with it. It's tight. I know it's a tight window. Everyone's like, Jesus Christ, what are you doing? It's like, it's not like we had a choice. We wanted to overlap, of course, but we're just like, all right, if this works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
If it doesn't, we're just homeless.
We were homeless, and that was freaking, that sucks with 2 babies. Yeah, but panic sets in, and again, fear of the unknown comes in, and I'm not freaking out, but I kind of under freak out with these situations. So, I think that makes maybe my wife freak out more because I just look under.
Why don't you care about this more?
Well,
I don't know.
It's kind of a parent's thing. You got to feed and shelter your children, and then if someone's threatening that might not be there,
and Airbnbs, it's
you're gonna freak out.
It's good value, but it's still pretty expensive to rent a place on the fly for a week that you can have babies at and dogs.
I didn't realize that's what you were doing.
Yeah, this is
I
hard.
thought you just got an apartment.
We did, but we scrambled to like, what do we do? There was a chance that we were going to try to, we had some really cool family members that were like, we'll help you meet in the middle with that guy and you can pay us back. And it's like, fuck it. It's not worth it. It's not worth the trouble. It's not worth having that hang over our heads every time we see him.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of those things where it's just the home purchasing process is crazy. The home building process is just as crazy too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you have similar stuff that happens like that and costing and all that.
All the time. It's
Let me get your soup cooler a little closer to that mic. Yeah.
It's always a challenge, meeting clients' expectations and budget. But that's what we aim to do with this pre-construction, stage. Clients always have a long wish list. Well, what can they do in that wish list for the budget that they have?
Yeah.
Not everyone has unlimited funds for these things. So
you can't always have the boom boom room.
No. So it's
about the boom
challenge.
It's where you have the stripper pole and stuff, right?
Mm.
You know what I'm talking about. Mine's mobile, but one day when we get that house,
Your stripper room is mobile or the pole is mobile?
Ooh, I didn't even think about the room detaching and just becoming its own strip club.
Tiny
have it
boom
sink into the
room.
ground.
It is
for when your
Tampa.
parents come
A
over.
tiny boom house.
It's really just an homage to Tampa. That's all it is. Yeah.
All houses should have them, really.
Right, yeah.
In Tampa,
I
at
don't know.
least. I mean, come on.
Little neon
Strip
light.
club capital of the world, baby.
Yeah.
More strip clubs and churches.
Really?
Yeah, within the city limits.
I feel like I Googled this a year ago or something, and like Portland, Oregon somehow beat us now.
No way.
Look it up.
Not that.
Google it, bro. Hey, bro.
They've got
Google
nothing
it.
else to do, have they? Portland, Oregon.
Portland's hipster capital of the world. You can go to Voodoo Donuts, go to Helium Comedy Club.
Bunch
That's
of
all I know.
Hippie armpit hair.
That's where young people
strippers.
go to retire. Yeah. Portlandia, great show. But I guess what are the challenges that y'all deal with? I think we started talking about you coming on the podcast because it's like, I was like, man, you got a lot of good information. You should be doing your own podcast. You should work with Alair to kind of figure out how to do it as some kind of marketing content for them that's evergreen. For all how many locations?
105, I think. We're
Yeah.
still 105 as of
That's quite
Wednesday last year.
That's quite a few. A lot in the United States and Canada, right?
Yep.
Both
Canada and the United States. Yeah, head office is up in BC,
Okay.
Canada.
Oh, nice. So Vancouver was on point. I didn't.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Very close
My
by.
Canucks. So, nicest city, cleanest city I've ever been to. I love it.
Beautiful place.
So, I didn't know. My buddy put me in a hostel. He's like, I was on the phone with him, and I was going up from Seattle. Just wanted to go to Vancouver, and he was like, "Dude, you got to go. I'll get you. I'll call the hostel. I'll find it for you, and I'll send you the address." And he put me in a hostel in like the gay area of Vancouver, and I didn't know it. And I was like, "These guys are really friendly to each other." In these bunk beds, I was like, "Oh, maybe it's just they're just stop being so uptight. Maybe they're just a lot chill." And I walked outside, and there's like two lumberjack bears, hand in hand, walking in the street. I was like, "Oh." Either he fucked with me on purpose or an accident, but
Or he thinks you're gay.
or that. Hey,
Thought you was making your day.
I've said it a lot. My life would be a lot easier.
It would be a
Yeah.
lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
Off topic.
Yeah, you really haven't listened to the show.
No, I haven't.
Sorry, we should have warned him, I guess.
Yeah, we get on Tangent Highway, so we'll get back in. But
By the way, you were right about Portland having the most per capita strip clubs. I don't know.
we can't have anything
It's
here.
not exactly a super scientific breakdown, but I don't know. Tampa's actually really disappointing on this list. It says they only have 28. That's no.
Well, a bunch.
I've
shut
been to
down.
29.
28. Legit 28.
I went to my first one when I was 14 here.
Yeah,
Mhm.
7 C's.
What?
Yeah, 7
They let you
C's.
in?
Was that it?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Braces.
They would let anybody in.
Braces, a
My
cast.
son is 14. I can't imagine him going.
They shut down now.
Well-
We'll find a different one for them.
Yeah, there's a restaurant. Yeah, we'll find them the lobster special at the other one.
They used to call it 7 Diseases.
I walked in and saw a pregnant lady in a shower scene.
Yeah.
Oh, you too? Me too campaign? Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were saying that was you.
Yeah.
She would have also been 14.
That would have been
Or
my
younger.
test if I was gay or not, I guess. If that was a choice kind of thing.
Mhm.
I'd walk in and be like, nope, I'm out. I'm done forever. Later.
But you still maintain.
But I wore my Umbros like a proud, gross 14-year-old. Walked in there with braces and a cast.
You for real wore Umbros?
I swear to God.
That's
I went with my best friend's cousin. Him and I put in Swisher Sweets because he could drive a Jeep. And then our other two best friends had to wait in the car because we had to do it teams. Where you're like, okay, who looks the oldest? You had to kind of strategize in the parking lot. Like, okay, I'm gonna go in, and then like their cousin got frustrated, and I got frustrated trying to strategize. We're like, fuck it, let's just go. And we walked in, and it was like they didn't get allowed in, so they just sat there like, oh, I wonder what it was like.
But you got it.
I got in, yeah.
So the strategy actually worked. I was gonna say,
no.
People go with
I should have gone in with one of the guys that sat in the car because both of them looked younger.
Okay.
Right. So you're like kind of the. I was an uglier kid growing up because you're the guy that has to go buy the beer, you know, because you look older. If you're fugly, you look a little older as a high school kid. Thus, you buy the beer for everybody.
Yeah, you had the head size of a grown man.
Yeah, and I hang out with people that are like 5 to 10 years older than me. So I felt like I was like, yeah, Webster, you know, you watched that the other night, Papadopoulos. Mm-hmm.
And they bought it.
Yeah. No, I just found one gas station that would sell, and then I had to do it for everybody.
Yeah, we found one too. All right, well,
things are slightly
home building.
In the UK.
Anyways,
I want to hear in the UK. In the UK, this is kind of building related. You can just pee on the building, right? Because no, in London,
no, you get arrested for that.
What? I thought there's some places where they just said, "Fuck it." If people are going to pee on there, let's make designated outside areas where people can pee.
Nope.
What?
Nope. I nearly got arrested for a friend doing that.
Someone lied to me.
You almost got arrested for your friend peeing outside?
Yep. I used to play rugby back in the UK, and we were in a pub called the Refurbished in southeast London. And I got thrown out of the pub because I knocked a pint of beer over the landlady. Fair enough. So I was outside waiting, wondering what to do, and my buddy came out. He had actually made me turn around and react and knock this pint. So he came out to apologize, and he started to pee on the wall.
Yeah.
And just as the cops came around the corner, they loaded him in the back, and then I said, "Where are you taking him?" And I nearly got arrested myself. So
okay, so he got arrested.
Can't do that.
You didn't
potty
get framed.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just so you know, I'm going to apologize to anybody else. Well, sorry, did you have a dad joke you wanted to display?
The potty wagon? Yeah, thank you. I'll be here all night to be righteous.
He's a stand-up comedian.
So what do you see as challenges in this industry? I mean,
okay, so I'm asked this question quite a bit. So one of the big challenges for us is helping people recognize that custom home doesn't necessarily mean expensive. So when you're buying a home, or when you're looking to move, you've got 3 main options: buying, purchasing a production home, or going with a custom home. But the budget you have remains the same. Right? It's what you can get for that budget.
It's finite.
Different.
Mm-hmm.
Which one's going to provide you the most value? Custom home.
Yeah.
Right. So, and you know, as generations have passed, the acceptance of I'll spend a little less, get a custom, exactly what I want, and then it's a good way for the younger families to get in to the housing market. So if you take, for instance, around here. If you take what's happening in South Tampa at the moment, there's a boom in the housing market, redeveloping these lots that have got little ranches on them right now.
Mm-hmm.
And
so for those around the country, kind of older money, but mixed with a lot of like people squatting on properties to wait for the value to go up so they can sell them at these enormous prices.
Yep.
So for instance, the hipster part of town we were trying to buy in, the same house would cost twice as much.
Yep.
So
but what South Tampa has is really good schools.
Yep.
And the catchment area is South Tampa, so that's why young families want to move in there. They want to buy one of these homes so they can get their kids into these schools. The problem is, how do they get access to the market when the production builders or the people are buying them at elevated prices, knocking them down, redeveloping, building what we call a McMansion.
Yep.
So the children are being displaced. So the schools aren't getting their numbers up. So it's one of those. It's a bit of a passion of mine. I've seen it in studying the demographics of South Tampa, and one of the things that we try to explain to the younger generation is that those houses on those lots, most of them are good construction. They just need some TLC, a bit of extension. You can buy one for $350. You can extend it, renovate it. So let's say you throw another $150 into it. Now you've got a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home that's worth $600,000, and you've spent 500.
And you put a lot of
450 or whatever
sweat
it is.
equity into it. Yeah.
You put a lot of sweat equity.
The
like
titular
the
comment
pun.
of the show. Eric
Like
loves it.
Like it.
He loves it.
Yep.
Look at him. He's loving it.
I'm going on silent strike for 5 minutes. No talking.
So
Eric and
coming
I,
back to your question,
we were
was-
talking about the school systems like so fucked, right? And that really affects a lot. That affects a lot of real estate in every city. So it's like, and the disparity between the price of private school everywhere. I talk to my friends around the country. It's getting crazy how expensive private school is, which tells me public school's shit, just dog shit.
Silent strike over. The crazy thing, dude, my kid's in kindergarten, and it's like almost every day getting hit up for fundraisers and stuff. Like, it's crazy. Like, they don't have money for anything.
Is that
And
public or is that private?
Public, yeah.
Yeah. It's so that's
and we have a good school system in Hillsborough County. Like,
Right.
we have
it's
a pretty good-
huge.
Plant is rated as one of the best high schools in the country.
Yeah.
Plant is where Gallagher went to school, and Wade Boggs, just for reference for anybody out
Both
there.
geniuses, as we all know.
Gallagher.
Mike
There's a lot of
Gallagher
them.
1, and then Gallagher 2, his brother. I don't know if he went to Plant,
Probably.
but the bomb squad. If there's a bomb going on, the code was Gallagher's in the building. So there's a little fun fact
At
for you.
Plant?
In the 90s, yeah.
We
Yeah.
never had that at what? A bomb code?
Yeah, they did.
Jeez.
Yeah,
No
look,
idea.
I'm not going to get into recent news, but
No.
I mean,
Well,
No, let's
yeah.
not do that.
Yeah, but okay.
but yeah, so the schools really, it's really crazy how much that dictates a lot of the prices, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because we're next to the neighborhood we were in. It was like, what is it, 1 to 5? And a 1's really good.
Mhm.
They're like 5, 4 right next to us.
Somehow scored a 6.
But you feel the neighborhood trying to get better. So we were going on kind of that gut feeling that, I feel like this will get better, and hopefully the community wraps around it. And then my wife was like, I'll go volunteer, I'll go be part of it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I guess how much, I'm trying to think of the best. I had 3 questions locked and loaded. Now my brain's like, don't say them all at once. What do you look for when people say that you were talking about buying a house that's needs a little TLC, right? People talk about this house has good bones. What should you look for? Or do you have a good reference point? Like,
No, every
check
property
out
is
this
different.
book.
No, I mean, engineers can tell you if you've got structural issues, but you can look at it and you see cracking, you can see subsidence, you can look in the roof lines and see waviness,
You
or
give it-
you can look at the floors and...
You're giving a lot of credit to our generation, though. So, like, literally, we don't know that. Because we could see a crack and go, that's probably just ceiling popcorn, whatever, chipping off.
Yeah, and a lot of little hairline fractures may be just that. If you're seeing cracks that are steps following the line of the block that's
Mhm.
making up the wall, there's a sign that something's not right.
Yeah.
If you're walking across the floor and you feel soft patches or you feel it undulating slightly, could be a sign there's something wrong there. If you're looking at the roof line and it sags a little bit in one area, then there could be signs that there's an issue there.
Bring a sack of marbles. Just
yeah.
throw them on the ground. Throw them on the roof. See what happens.
Sure.
See the roll.
Micro
Undulation's
machines.
the fancy way of saying it's hilly.
Uh-huh.
For
Look
those-
around your windows, see if you see any signs of water.
Yeah, water's the killer. If there's any leaks anywhere, I got the pep talk by some carpenter one day. He's like, water don't take days off. It doesn't.
Water
It'll
does
get in
travel
everywhere.
uphill.
It'll-
Well, a lot of these houses that are like 30, 40 years old, like my house, had copper pipes.
Yep.
Worst Father's Day ever. Walk into my daughter's room and squishy wooden floors.
Oh.
And it's just like,
Yep.
it's just a complete
There are lots
redo.
of different signs, but most of the houses, the original little rancher-style houses in this neighborhood, around about the 1950s, the structure's usually pretty good.
yeah.
Right? A lot of the framing was
I
a
feel
lot
like
better than it can be today.
I feel like the 70s, 80s a little questionable.
Yeah, you're probably right.
perhaps.
Lot of
Each
cocaine
one's
going on.
individual. You got to get it checked out.
That's good
anyway.
enough. That's good enough. On to the next thing. Let's put this roof on tonight. Come on, let's do it.
I got it. It's going to be called Modern, and it's going to be a white box. Everybody's going to love it. Okay, tinted windows. They're going to be blue and pink.
We're
Okay.
gonna paint it gray.
Yeah. It's I love those houses. Those are all over Florida.
Yeah. They all look like a bunch of mistakes.
That was the McMansion of the day.
Yeah.
How long have we been going? I think we've been going
39.
39.
He has no idea. He can't read numbers. Is he sleeping?
He's a very
Hey.
quiet man. In the
Okay.
background.
We good? How about?
I have 39. We're good.
Well, I want we
Well,
want
you
to keep it
want
around
Radio
40.
voice.
Off mic. So what trends are you seeing in the future? I always have this weird idea of like you should be able. I wonder if they're going to be able to do kind of the pre-manufactured style homes where you can kind of IKEA your way to a bigger house. So that it would work like you would buy a base of a house, right? And then you'd build it so that you could open up a wall eventually without having to be a pain in the ass. Is
Yeah,
that a thing?
well,
Did I make that up or?
Prefabrication is, is a very hot topic across the country, across North America as a whole. You've got companies that are actually doing that now,
Uh-huh.
building hotels out of prefabricated boxes.
I've seen the container ones where they're just getting shipping containers. It's like
Yeah.
move your whole apartment from
No,
Austin
the,
to Minneapolis. And just,
The future is 3D printing houses.
What?
In China, they 3D print bridges. They just have a giant machine. It's got the specs loaded in there, and
but don't they lie about their gross domestic
I've
product
seen
of
it.
all shit? They
Yeah, but
built
I've
fake
seen
cities
it.
and shit.
I saw it. It was real.
You saw it in China?
Yeah, I went to China and investigated myself.
What city?
Beijing.
Oh yeah, Beijing. Is that
The
like
one.
bada bing?
Bullshit.
It's real.
Beijing?
It's real. Simon backed me up on this. 3D
it could
printing.
Be, it could be real.
Yeah, they'll have a
I've not
giant.
seen it firsthand,
robot
but
that poops out a
yeah,
house.
there are YouTube videos out there that will
Yes.
show you 3D
And
printing.
everybody knows
And
YouTube is real.
There's lots of talk about
We're
it.
on
but
YouTube.
can they do it efficiently? And can they build any shape you want?
Yeah.
Not quite yet, but perhaps that is the way forward. Perhaps that is something to look for. I mean, we have investors right here in Tampa that are looking at container homes.
It's an interesting thing. I like the repurposing of that idea. I don't know if it's just a trend. I don't know if that's a good thing. You have one of those containers for 10 years.
You just want to be a hipster about it.
What? No, a hipster would be living in a container ship
No, I know. That's what I'm saying.
or a shipping
you
container.
Want to be.
Oh
Container
yeah,
ship or
container
shipping
ship.
container.
Now that's hipster.
I'm still moving in, so
I live on
I'm
a
like,
We're all going for floating homes.
yeah. I want a houseboat. That would be rad. I think that's every dad's dream when they have young kids. You're just like, give
John
me.
Paul Labadie, that's his lifelong dream.
He's a houseboater.
He wants to be.
The swaying.
You go
would
up
be
to
tough.
Vancouver, there are a ton of houseboats up there, and they're on the rivers. They're on the estuaries, so they don't get swaying.
You could be a river person.
Yeah,
You could be a
You're
river
a
rat.
person.
Look at you, river rat, huh? So what are you seeing trend wise? I'd say like I've looked at these green homes where the insulation now you can do some stuff with it that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Where it's kind of like this different kind of foam you put in, and whatever temperature you want it to be in the house, it'll be that temperature,
yeah.
and you spend less on AC and heating,
Mm-hmm.
and then no dust
Yeah,
because of
Well,
it.
Yeah, there are, there's the building code you can build to, or you can build to a much higher standard, and you can go all the way up to net zero. In order to go net zero, you've got to find energy sources from elsewhere, off grid.
Uh-huh.
Right? So then you've got to spend money on that. You've got the likes of Tesla who are coming up with the power walls,
Yeah.
and the tiles.
God,
and
I
things
want
like
one of
that.
those.
Yeah, I want all of it.
I didn't
Right,
know
so-
electricity was dynamically priced. I didn't know it's different. It costs different at rush hour than it does
Surge
at night.
pricing.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
So that power wall, what it does a lot of the time is just overnight, the 4 a.m. or whatever, it'll store up all your power, so you're not paying as much.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. I think that's crazy.
Selling back onto the grid as well.
Well, Florida is not really
I
cool
know
with
people
that.
who get paid by the
You
power
got-
company.
you
got
for their
business
solar-
elsewhere,
Yeah.
though.
I thought they'd try to stop all that.
I don't know now, but in the past,
I feel
they've
like
done it.
With all the doomsday prepper people, like, how is there not more people doing this? The Tesla Powerwall is like $10,000, right? Something like that.
It's but all
It's
that
not
stuff's getting
cheap, yeah.
super cheap. Solar is getting really cheap, and
It's getting cheaper.
the solar roof they
So-
say is supposed to be as cheap or cheaper than a regular roof.
the tiles.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it looks exactly the same.
there's solar paint too.
I didn't know
somehow
that.
absorbs. I don't know how that works at all, but
There's all sorts of other stuff, water collection systems.
yep.
Mhm.
So you're using less water off the.
So brown
the
water,
mains.
black water,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Geothermal.
Gray water.
Gray water.
Brown water.
Geothermal heating or
No, there's
AC or
one
whatever
of
you want.
black water, brown. There's one.
It's black and gray.
Mine's brown. Well, at the end of the day, it all looks black.
Right. Well,
'Cause
the
I
black
just-
water is the poop water, and the gray water is just like
And then I take my cigars and ash them in the toilet, so it makes a sweet cocktail.
I don't think they judge the actual
Yeah,
color.
close.
Then sometimes my poop is black, and I'm just not eating really well. You know?
Yeah, that can be a sign of an ulcer.
Yeah, yeah.
Internal bleeding.
Oh yeah, I know.
You probably have one.
Yeah. No, my stomach usually hurts when it happens, so
Mhm.
yeah, I've probably
Good.
got a couple.
Good, we figured that out. Diagnosis confirmed.
Yeah, well, you can learn a lot by your own poop.
Mm.
You didn't think we were going to
Trust
go
me.
there, huh? Yeah.
Well, no, it gives me an opportunity to have a drink.
Yeah.
I can bow out of the conversation. with
Out of a
confidence.
black cup, no less. I guess anything we don't do any pre-production, shocker, for anybody listening. But is there anything you wanted to kind of mention, talk about, throw out there that we probably, if we were good at this, we would? We'll have
So-
a producer soon.
I think all I'd say is that if guys are looking at either having a custom home built or remodeling their existing home, make sure you're asking the right questions of your contractor to
What
protect
is-
yourself.
So,
So-
examples.
'Cause
that's-
how many hours?
This
you gonna
show's
spend on
about
my
like,
job?
don't give me this general motivation stuff.
Mhm.
Tim Ferriss-y. Give me some specifics that I could write down. I could pause this while I'm on my power walk or jazzercising. I could pause this, go back to it, and write it down.
Mhm.
So I cut you off.
So
sorry.
how many hours are you going to spend on my project? What is your margin?
Hmm.
Um,
What's a good margin? Like 30, 40,
I wish.
50%, double?
No,
I don't know.
Around about the 20 mark, and it's going to depend on where you are in the world, in North America or the world. But and some people will charge you the margin and just put in hours, which is what we like to do. But we like to show the client how many hours we're going to spend on their project, so that they can then monitor that if they want.
How do you justify the hours? Because that's always tricky for labor
Mhm.
costs, right? That's why I think pricing's really difficult when you go, here's our value, here's our cost rate, here's our bill rate. That's
Mhm.
internal. Everybody needs to do that. So if you're listening, you're an attorney, anybody that does a billable hour, you have to kind of figure this out. You're doing an Upwork freelancing gig online. It's you have to justify your hourly rate. We can do it we've done it by the competition, but we also we know the value of the end product too, versus what you'll deal with at the end of our competition.
Yep.
Doing it, or a freelancer, or your cousin building a website or something.
Yeah. Well, any rate is made up of different components. So our rates are made up of the salary of the project manager, the insurance, the works comp, all those sorts of things that come into
Right.
that you have to pay,
Right.
taxes, etc. So that's how we justify the rate. But it's down to also how many hours. So then we work out with the client. We've got 5 or 6 categories, and we say, okay, so if we're going to meet with you once a week, it's about 2 hours. And you've got let's say a 20-week project here, so that works out to this many hours. But they don't pay for the hours we don't use,
Right.
right? So, it's up to them how involved they want to be themselves. Most of our clients want to trust us to get on with it.
Is that different than the standard? I feel like
Yeah.
a lot of stuff's flat.
Yep.
Right?
Most in construction.
Yeah.
So most
residential.
contractors, you will not know how many hours are allocated to your job when
Yeah.
you sign the
So
contract.
they factor it in, and then they give you that bottom line, and then
So you're transparent
you ain't
about
getting
it.
nothing. That's the price. Boom. Pay
We,
that.
we do
Really
it. We're
transparent.
dumb about it, but I think long term it's better because our services are gonna be transparent
Mhm.
at some point, and we'll be ahead of that curve. We'll know what should cost what.
Mhm.
What's the true price is what we're looking for.
Mhm.
Maybe we need to share notes on how, because we have to look at other industries to figure out the best way to do this, because we're kind of doing our pricing model based on we're just trying to pick kind of protocol from like law firms, right? That's kind of the closest.
Well, that's a
Mhm.
good point. Like you guys are similar, that you're dealing with electricians and all these different kinds, which is what we're doing. We're dealing with logo designers and all these different things. So it's like they have their own pricing.
Programmers, yeah.
Electricians have their own pricing and that sort of thing. So
It's
you're
kinda
probably
like-
right.
That's why I
Probably a
use
good
the
model
house.
to follow.
I use the house building scenario for
Yeah.
for building websites because I
Mhm.
stole it from someone else, but from the Squarespace guru who doesn't have his podcast anymore. I think he got a job and couldn't do it anymore. But
Sucker.
he talked about it's like building websites or like building a house. You have the foundation, which is like the CMS, WordPress, Wix, Squarespace, Weebly, whatever that is. Then you have the development, the 2x4s, load-bearing walls, framing, all that. And then the design is the CSS for nerds. For y'all, it's the drywall, the paint, all that stuff.
Finishes.
Yeah, all that stuff. And then it goes like a zipper in that. You do a little bit more, put the fixtures in, then you go over top of that, put some, like a splashback, tile, whatever, and it keeps going until you finish.
Yep.
And that's the best way I've been able to explain it, but,
I don't think I would be with Alair today if it wasn't so transparent.
Yeah.
I enjoy that side of
Hold
it.
on, your mic's popping.
It's on my foot. It's on my foot.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a snake. Yeah. It's something where, is this you?
Do I have electrical bolts
No,
shooting
you're
out of my
good.
head right now?
Sometimes it's popping so bad, it's like, might as well stop it. All right,
It's me.
All
now
right.
go. Now you're good. Yeah. Pretty sweet, right?
Yeah.
You didn't know what you're getting into today.
No.
Huh?
I won't move.
This
Is it
is why
good?
they don't tell you before you sit down.
No, we don't tell nobody nothing.
No, it's we want the honest reaction. This is real life. That's why podcasts are great, because look, there's gonna be words. There's gonna be a lot of stuff like that. I think that's part of the story of doing this podcast long term is the listeners want to hear us fuck up a lot, and
Oh,
well, that's part of it too. Yeah, but all right, we'll close it out with what you were about to say.
Which was?
Because
You're going to remind me now. So things that clients should look out for. That's
Yes,
what I always
yes.
ask, right? So ask the questions, get referrals, make sure that your contractor is not a one-man band that could disappear with your money. Make sure you know about payment procedures and milestone payments, when they're coming and what they're for, and all
look
that.
them up online.
Yeah, look them up online. Look for reviews. There's a.
But the city should have like a bunch of stuff on the work they've done, right? Because
Yep.
when I was
found
looking
that
up
out.
appraiser stuff, I was like, "What has this fucking place done? Like, what has this builder done? Maybe he screwed up, So,
So shameless plug. Go on to alairhomes.com, and there are articles there about what to ask a builder.
yeah, it's not shameless at all. I think we talked about it. The advice you can give and impart for especially new home buyers is really valuable. And we were just talking about like, I like what y'all are doing as a company. Just I think a little nudge in the podcast direction. Y'all might be able to bring. We talked about bringing a mortgage broker on. Talk about how you do that.
Yep.
I didn't know that shit when I was 25.
Yeah, there are a ton of steps to getting to
Shit, I didn't
key
even-
in the door.
I didn't even know as a business owner that they don't really look at your tax returns the same way until you're 3 years in, and that really fucked us in a lot of just administrative bullshit. So I didn't know that until I'm 33 now. I didn't know that. So I feel like there's a lot of knowledge just in your industry that if you can throw out there, it's huge.
Yep.
Anything else you got?
I feel helped.
Yeah.
You do?
Yes.
Enlightened?
It's cathartic.
Yes,
At
I
least we
believe-
got to bitch about our houses.
Right.
All right. Well, nothing else?
Oh.
Spotify?
Apologize to everybody that's to deal with me today, because I will be talking like Simon Amesbury for the rest of the day.
Oh, very good.
That's pretty good.
not a bad accent.
I've got many British accents.
Oh, I didn't think
Classy.
he was British.
You
I thought
went
were
closer.
somewhere.
You went
Classy
Cockney.
British accent.
Oh, you going Cockney?
I thought he was dipping into
I-
Cockney.
That was classy.
Oh.
Got my Game of Thrones accent. It's a little bit more harsh. How long do you want me to do this for?
Until I can get a song going.
Oh, good.
You got another
What
song to
else?
Go for the jam, please. Finish us off with the jam.
The jam will just have to trust you as a jam.
I don't know. I just chose Rick Ross.
Ah. Come on.
Shut it off.